Hello and welcome to another episode of Don't Tell My Wife podcast.
Come on.
Here with one of your hosts, Junior.
And it's your boy Ken.
Man, I said something different. I said, it's your boy Ken.
It's your boy Ken. We saying though, bro?
I'm good, man. Back with another one.
Man.
Another week. Yeah, man, I'm cool still. How's your week been?
My wife? See? Baby, I'm thinking of you. But my week's been good, man. I've kind of been violated at work though. I can't lie, bro.
Wait, what?
I've been at home, bro.
Oh, you haven't been going into the office?
3-4 days. Employers, I'm sorry, yeah?
I'm screwed.
Yeah, I've just been at home with the family. I think what it is, because my wife's on
6 weeks.
6 weeks holiday.
Yeah.
Because she's on 6 weeks holiday, I'm just like, I just want to be at home with you guys, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I respect it still. Bro, I like it, man. You know, obviously, when you're all home together, it's nice, you know, family. Obviously, good luck though. When you're actually, hopefully your boss don't catch you, Sha.
No, hopefully you don't. Hopefully they don't watch this. If you do, I'll still be working my ass off.
I'm screaming. So
I've had a cool week. Have I done anything? I went to watch the Spurs game last Sunday.
Yeah, okay, you guys saw Harry Kane's last game?
Yeah, saw Harry Kane's last game, scored 4 goals.
Ban him, man!
Come on, man.
I'm screaming.
No, ban him, man.
Why ban him, bro? He's been in your team. Bro, what, how many years? I remember like 19?
20, no, 19.
He joined when he was 11.
He's been when he was a kid and he's 30 now. So
yeah, man.
Basically, majority of his teenage years, all of his 20s, and he's just turned 30 and he's left. So he served the club well. I wish him all the best. He hasn't won a trophy.
19 years, no trophy, bro.
Oh, it is where it is, man.
You know I've got more trophies than Harry Kane.
Yeah, fair.
I'm screaming.
But yeah, so that was good. I had a day to myself. I was meant to go with Nosa, but we couldn't get childcare. Oh, the parents have been slacking recently with childcare.
Yeah.
Bro, these last few weekends is like we don't have anyone. Like we can't both go out together.
But what are they doing though?
Bro, one person say I've got party, the other one say I'm working, or I've got church, I've got this. Nigga, forget your plans, bro. Because there was one day, I think it was that day, we was gonna go watch the football together. Mm-hmm. We called her mum, so I'm going to party. We called my mum, so I'm going to church. I'm like, bro, you have a grandchild. I'm screaming. Before he came, when he was born, you guys would say, bring him, don't worry, we'll be here. Yeah. Now the time is we need you, you're not allowed. I'm screaming. Shout is where it is, man. I'm sure they're trying to be anyway. No, man, maybe you could have, well, actually, no, let Malachi be a bit older before you bring them in. I can't look after two of them together, bro. Not until you have one's crawling and one's running. That's okay, but bro, you know what I mean? Yeah, but no, my week's been cool, man. My week's been good. What about you?
My week's been alright. Work. That's it, really. So it's actually as I was saying before we started, I feel a bit run down. I think obviously. Fatigue, bro. Fatigued. And I think that's what, because I got like a bit of a swollen eye and a cold sore. Like, I've even got 2 cold sores. But, bro, just came up like on Thursday. Well, I woke up for work on Thursday. I was scared. You got the herpes? I was scared. I got home on
damn, sir.
From work on Wednesday.
I should sit away from
Wait,
your
bro,
ass.
what the nigga, you gonna let me? But Wednesday, I was feeling a bit ill. You know what drives me about my body yet? I rarely get ill, but when I'm about to get ill, I get a cold sore, but I don't get like a cold or anything. The cold sore just comes in it. Mm-hmm. And that's what pisses me off, because I'd rather the cold than the cold sore, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I feel like every time I get a cold sore, it's always when something, not important, but like something's coming up. So obviously like my birthday's next week. Oh, yeah, next Thursday, in fact. Next Thursday. So the next time, when this episode releases, it's my birthday, so make sure you give me a shout out.
It's your birthday on the release day.
That's
cute.
It's not that deep. Cute, this guy's such a race man.
Maybe we should call this Happy Birthday Jesus.
But yeah, man. So whenever something's important is coming up, that's what happens, man. I get ill. Maybe it's stress. I don't know, whatever it is. But yeah. So I woke up, had a little bit of my eye was starting to hurt, and then had an appointment and started swelling. So I don't know if it's gone down or not, but yeah, I was going to wear sunglasses for this episode, but the wife
I said
said not to.
sunglasses.
But it's not that deep, but still. But yeah, other than that, I feel like it's just because, bro, you know, I sleep late, and if I go into the office the next day, like I'll sleep at like maybe 2 because I'm dealing with Malachi. Sometimes I might wake up randomly at 5. I don't, in all honesty, I can say I wake up, but I don't really get up to help. But if Abs goes somewhere to do something, and I'm just trying to stop him from crying, then I'll go back to sleep, wake up 7. So yeah, I just feel like I'm just run down from all of that, which is what it is, man. Come to the territory, of course. But other than that, no, it's been a good week. I went to but my friend, shout out Joseph and Amoye, they had their tried yesterday.
How was it?
Yeah, really good, man. Proper nice, man. Obviously, it's good to see your friends getting married, you know, doing big things in their life, man. It makes me happy, man, that there's more of us here, you know, fighting the good fight. And
That's
yeah, man.
The good fight.
But like, bro, like, nah, it's amazing still. Like honestly, like I met Joseph through Duds and that, and like proper nice guy, man. Like proper really nice guy.
I met him before.
If you see me, you recognize him probably. But yeah, proper nice guy, man. Really like him, man. So shout out them, wishing them the best for their marriage. And obviously they got their white wedding doing an overseas thing, so hopefully that goes really, really well.
All the best to them, man.
And yeah, man, it just gets you thinking as well. Like, you know, bro, my trip, like, bro, I was, you know, when you're at someone's tribe, you're like, I was just thinking back to my tribe. I was like, bro, I can't lie, I had the best time of my life, like, at my wedding. But yeah, no, movie, like, I can't, like, obviously Joseph's my boy. But like when it's like your turn or one AK or 10, you know, like one of the man them, like the ones that I'm like, they're my boys. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Because the things, you know, like when you're at a wedding, and obviously you're cool with the people, but like I want to sometimes do the most, like go into the middle,
jump in,
jump in, you know what I mean, bro?
I was on the stage and shit.
I was on the stage. AK was on the stage. AK was next to me, bro. We were just doing that. And I can't wait to have that, you know, wear material, just be there doing bears with my man there. You know what I mean? I can't wait for when it's you my turn because
I can't wait for my track.
Yeah, man. As so much as it's very expensive, but bro, I can't lie. It's the best. It's one of the best days of your life, man. So shout out that day, man.
No, I hear that. Can't lie. What did your wife do this week? Well, how? You know what? How has it been? How has married life for you been this week?
Yeah, no, it's been alright. Same as always, to be honest. Yeah, sure. Just pushing through. Obviously, one thing that I felt was good. Hey, man, her grandparents. Obviously, your grandparents are slacking at the moment, but mine are there. They're doing their job.
Give it a year, bro.
Yeah, I'll give it a year.
Give it a year, bro.
But yeah. So obviously, I took Malachi on Friday to her mum's house, and then we picked him up the day after the trad.
So you guys have
man. Not to watch TV, you know that. Glory. But like, yeah, man. So no, bro. Nice to have a night away. Bought a couple of snacks, you know.
Bro, you need that, man.
You need that. Especially, well, that's what even Game Changer was saying. Like, Apostle Eman was saying, like, that, you know, when you can have a night off, like, make sure you do that. So it was nice to. I forgot what we even watched, to be honest. I think Guardians of the Galaxy. And no, it was good to like sit, watch TV, chill, and yeah, man. Shout out her, man, because it was even her idea. Because even last week she was gonna take him last week, innit? And I was like, I wasn't too sure about letting him stay now away already. But then, bro, this week after like my eye and cold sore, and he was just making. I said, nigga, you are the reason why I'm feeling run down. So get the hell out of this crib. So yeah, man. But no, that was a really, really good thing. So yeah, man, just powering through.
I heard that. So with what my wife did this week, there's nothing major. I think we've had a good week. You know, I can't lie, we haven't like fallen out or bickered in a while, you know. Obviously we bicker, but like we haven't had like a mad.
You always bicker, but you don't.
Nah, and that's one thing I was like, oh, the other day I was like, babe, you know, we haven't had an argument in a while. So yeah, that's testament to just us making an active effort not to.
Yeah.
But we've had a good week. I think one thing that has stuck out this week is we've started running together. So whenever we have a spare chance to be together, so if Zeph's at her mum's or if Zeph's at nursery or whatever, we try and go for a run together, which has been fun. And yeah, we're running a marathon together in December, or half marathon.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can't lie, guys. I'm gonna put out some content for you guys. I'm gonna take you guys on our journey. But yeah, it's gonna be quite interesting. I'm kind of scared, but I felt like I need to push myself, especially what Apostle was saying last week.
Yeah.
Because actually, we both actually like running, so we were like, why don't we just do it? And it was even our friends that came over. And then they like running as well, so we were just talking about running and how much we all love running. And they were just like, "Yeah, let's just do a half marathon." I was like, half marathon, me? I was like, me, half marathon.
You were saying before you was gonna do one for your birthday. So what happened to that one?
No one wanted to do it with me.
Temmie did.
Oh no, but I saw he's got Tough Mudder the next day or something.
Oh, okay.
Or something like that, where he couldn't do both in 2 days.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, no one really wanted to do it. So when they mentioned it, I was like, you know what? I've always wanted to push myself and run like a half marathon or like a 10K or something for charity. So yeah, we're doing that in December. So hopefully all things go well and I'm consistent in my training. And why I'm saying it now is that everyone hold me accountable. Do you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, so post on your story when you're running, innit?
Yeah, but I'm gonna fire out some content for you guys. See if I can do something, just to bring you guys on that journey with me and with my wife and our friends. So
can't lie though. Fun. Now that he said this, about putting out content about this running, if he doesn't, message this guy, please. Because it seems like it's just me getting onto him about not putting out content.
Listen.
Get onto
I'm not a content creator, I'm a talker, man. I'm a podcaster. I'm a podcaster. I'm not a content creator. But yeah, it's something that I'm going to try and do. Take you guys on that journey, accountability as well. And it'll be fun, man, because we've been talking about like fitness and like getting ourselves back into shape. That was something that I was like, you know what? Even though I'm doubtful, I doubted myself. Yeah. Like even when we was booking the thing, I was just doubting myself. Like, are you really gonna do this? Like, are you really gonna run a half marathon? You can do it. How much K? I think half marathon is like 25K or something along those lines.
Well, don't go and be spending false information.
Yeah, find out. But I'm sure everyone's different though. But find out, yeah. So I was just like, am I really gonna do this? But you know what? Sometimes you just have to push yourself.
13.1 miles. Okay, what in km?
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, maybe I'm even mad. Oh, 21 kilometers.
Okay, 21 kilometers. Okay, but yeah, so that's a mad thing for me right now.
Yeah,
like that's crazy. But I can do it, man.
Like, yeah, you can do it.
If I put my head down and say, you know what, let me train and do it. Because that's the goal.
I have faith in you.
I appreciate that, bro. But yeah, man, like the goal is to get back into shape. The goal is to fall in love with something I once loved again. So yeah, it should be fun, man.
Okay, first. Any baby developments this week?
You know what? One thing that I've noticed about Zephaniah recently is that he likes feeding himself now. So he could actually like feed himself.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, we still gotta watch him.
But he's annoying though because with his bottles, it's like he picked up one thing and he dropped the other. Yeah. So with his bottles, he knows how to drink by himself. Yeah. If you give him a bottle, he knows how to drink it. But recently, he's just been coming to cry and give it to you like, would you help feed me with a drink? I'm like, my guy, drink yourself, bro. Why are you giving me the bottle so I can drink and feed you? Bro,
well, milk or anything.
Like his bottle. I'm just like, bro, hold it and drink, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's something funny that's we've noticed. Like he's been feeding himself and he's been getting bare cheeky and crafty recently. And it's funny, like he likes to hide, isn't it? So me and Noah will just be chilling in the living room. Like he'll go to the bedroom and then we're like, Zep. And just silent. Yeah. And then we'll go and look for him and he'll just be in the corner smiling, waiting for us. I'm like, bro.
Like, the thing is, you know the kids, don't wait. Bro. I'm so confused. How much patience do they have for them to be able to go and do that?
Nah, it's funny, but yeah, he's been developing well, getting cheekier. He's becoming a lot more vocal. Like you can see that he's trying to talk and say things. So yeah, I think he might start talking soon, which is good. But yeah, man. He's been alright, man. Annoying, but he's been good, man. Yeah. What about little Malachi? How's he doing?
Bro, same as you, bro. Annoying, but he's alright, man. He started doing this thing, where obviously now he's growing raspberries, all of that kind of jazz.
Yeah.
And then obviously now he's like not speaking, but like just making bare noise, innit? So he'll be like chilling, and he'll be like this, like before bed, he'll be like, ow, 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 ow. and it's very cute and funny still. But yeah, man, it makes me laugh. Like, and the thing is, you know what's funny? Like, obviously, yeah, as much as sometimes it'd be so jarring, but like when you're at work, bro, when I'm at work, I'll be watching that video of theirs, and I'm just like, I miss this guy so much. Then I get home and I'm like, oh, jeez, I need a break. But even the people at my workplace, they'll say the same thing, that you miss them when you're gone, but when you're with them, you're just like there. Like, and yeah, man. But wait, let me see if I can even play you the video. Is it even gonna play? Okay, yeah.
What are you saying?
Hey, don't kill me.
Bro, what is that man saying? Like, it's cute though. Yeah. It's cute still.
It's a cute,
and I can't every day I've seen he looks more like me, bro. So I'm a bit gassed now. But obviously he's still changing. Yeah. But I feel like the foundation is there.
But remember with Zephaniah, everyone thought he looked like me, and then now he looks like me.
I never thought he looked like you.
Also, damn.
I never thought he looked like you.
Huh? You're like, he looks like his mom. He looks like his mom. There was one person, There was one person that was like, he looks like his mom. She's like, I'm like, bro, you don't even know me, like, do you even know what I look like, bro? You're saying, like, he looks like his mom. Nah. Shut up, man. You don't know me, bro. Like, I was like, fam, look at me properly. Nah, but I feel like my child is funny because he's like a perfect blend of both of us. But obviously, some people like you will think he looks like my wife. Yeah, but he probably does.
I think it's mainly the eyes. It's the eyes. Like the eyes of both of them together. Obviously, he's a bit more. He's light. So he's like.
I think he just took my skin.
Yeah. But facial features. Yeah, I think he has no features still. Yeah. But hey, man, fairs, man. Shout out the kids.
I can't lie though. See, we talk about traditional weddings.
Yeah.
How was it marrying a Yoruba?
Bro, it's
How was it? Talk us.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. As soon as we did speak about trans,
talk us through it. What was that like?
I'm trying to think how it is, you know. Obviously, you know, when you're with someone, you don't really think about tradition when you're with someone like that. Well, just when you're both Nigerian, it's kind of easy, innit?
Well, you don't have to speak. There's nothing to do.
There's nothing to speak about with tradition when you're dating, innit? Then when marriage comes, Jesus Christ, now the whole rule book of the world comes out. Bro, I can't lie.
Bro, you know that's so funny.
Jarring.
That is so funny. What was like the jarring bits that you faced?
Nah, I know the bash culture.
Bash it,
I know the bash culture, but
bash it.
In terms of like, I think obviously I'm half Igbo because my mum's Igbo and then my dad's from Rivers. So obviously I've got bare Yoruba friends and all of that. But like I've never been used to doing too many. But I've never been used to like doing the whole greeting, bowing thing.
Oh, so you never did that?
Nah, I never did it because my mum and dad never told me to. Like I was never told to do that, bro.
That how do you call it?
The ballet.
The ballet, the ballet thing. Obviously, I'm Igbo as well. For those who don't know, but my mum and dad's never taught me to do it. But for example, all of our friends are Yoruba. Really?
Wait, let me say something quickly. Because there'd be times where we'd be going out outside.
Yeah.
And I'd be AK and Eman in it. Who Eman's half Yoruba, half Rivers in it. Because obviously my cousins, that Akin's fully Yoruba. So Eman with the ballet, Akin with the ballet, and I'll just say hi. So they must have been thinking, this one is a rude.
Exactly, and that's what I was trying to say. It's like because that's your culture, and it's like I'm in your house as well. For example, if let's use Akin's house for example. We go to Akin's house. His mum and dad are chilling in the living room. I'm not gonna go and shake their hand. You do ballet. But now, as we've gotten older, it's weird because I don't do it as much anymore. I don't know why. I think as I've gotten older, I would maybe just go and hug.
Yeah.
Say, good evening, mum, good evening, dad. Hug them and then keep it moving. I wouldn't like the ballet anymore. I don't know. I think as I've gotten older, I've kind of stopped. But my point is that it's just a respect thing. Like, this is how they greet in their culture.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily do it, but for you and out of respect for you in your house, I'll do it to say hello. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I heard that. There was one time I done it like at church or something, and my mum was there. My mum was like, I didn't teach you to do that.
I've never. The funny thing is, I'll never do it in front of my parents because it's like they don't. Because it's in the Igbo land. Well, for my family anyway, they always say to me, "You only bow down to God. Don't bow down to any man." Like
Wait, so then why would you do it then?
You should only bow down to God. But that's the Igbo tradition.
Yeah.
In the Yoruba culture, I'm sure they don't see it like that. It's just
It's a sign of
respect.
respect.
It's like when you meet the queen or the king, you do that. What's that? Courtesy thing, whatever. It's like that, but just in that culture.
I hear it, but as well, though, and I can't really talk much because I do it to obviously Abby's family and etc.
It's just respectful.
Which is respect, of course. But then I do feel like it's a bit different because when I'm not that it's different, but when I was younger and I'm doing it to friends' mums or whatever, I think they kind of do also need to understand that I'm not from your culture.
Yeah.
So it's not natural to me to do that, and I don't need to do that.
Yeah.
But then I feel that's where they sometimes get it wrong, where they see it as a disrespect if you don't do it. But that's not my culture.
The thing is, because obviously we're not bashing you about people.
No.
But because, for example, our friends, there's a lot of me, you, and Iman are probably the only ones that's not fully Yoruba. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a lot of them. So if for example, let's say you go to like one of your boys' houses that you've never really been before, and it's like all of the boys are majority Yoruba. If all of them Debala and you don't, they're probably gonna think you're Yoruba as well, or they might think, oh, this is a Yoruba boy. Do you know what I'm saying? So
I don't know.
So they don't know. If they don't know you, they're just gonna assume. So they're just gonna assume, okay, he's Yoruba. He didn't Debala. Oh, he's rude. He doesn't have respect. But you need to get to know them to a point to be like, oh, you're from Rivers or you're from
I think that would be
exactly
because the thing is as well. Say for example, AK's mum and dad never said to me, "Why do you Dabali?" Because they know. But then it's your friend that needs to tell your parents about. It's basically their thing that they have to tell you. Like there's times where like obviously Abs would Dabali for my parents, and I'm like, bro, you don't need to do that because they don't do it. Obviously, she's so used to doing it to every auntie and uncle, but you don't need to do that. So most of my friends they won't do it to my parents because there's no need to.
Like with you, when I switch up there, it's just hard.
Yeah, that's it. Like, my mom's very easy going. Like she's Ibra anyway, so it don't matter. Like so she won't think of that kind of stuff. But obviously, dealing with in-laws, bro. I think you know what. Obviously, before we was married, it was fine. Obviously, I just learned to the ballet, do stuff like that, which is calm. Then obviously, when the wedding came, Jesus is
question.
Lord, bro.
Sorry to interrupt you, but before we get to the wedding, when it was the whole like introduction as well, because of your difference in culture or tribe, did you see any?
Yeah, so that's what I was coming. So like because it includes the wedding stuff in it. So obviously the introduction, I forgot. For introduction, I think it's just so Yoruba people they like to do introduction like as a small party. Correct me if I'm wrong, but most Yoruba people I know has done like a small party for the introduction.
It's like a
hall or something like that, or in the back garden or something like that. Obviously, Igbo people, we don't do that. So when we were going back and forth, we do introduction. No, we do introduction, but it's like manner, like just do it in the house and meet, etc., and not invite bare people. So that's where Clash 1 came, because my mum said no, just do it in the house because we're already spending all this bread for wedding. Why do you need for introduction to be hiring gazebo, hiring town hall or something like that? So obviously we ended up doing it here. Before here was done up, we ended up just doing it here, which was fine. And it is the way it is. Like I think both parents knew their pocket. I was like, we're already spending so much bread on this thing. Obviously, they weren't moving hard-headed anyway. But obviously, with that, you can see where the clashes come in, right? Then obviously, wedding came now. But so wedding was fine, more time. But I think it was more that because of traditional, we're going to the women's land. So whoever you're marrying, you have to wear their culture first. My mom was trying to say, no, you're a Rivers boy, you're an Igbo boy. You wear your culture, you don't wear Agbada. And I was like, to me, I was like, I understood how it worked. So I was like, listen to me. This is how it works. And also as well, I can't lie. I wanted to wear Agbada. I thought I looked fly in it, bro.
Sorry, my culture. Sorry, Igbo guys, isn't it? Igbo credit, all of them things. Apart from the lion thing, I think
I like
the lion thing is cold. I always wanted one, but I think the Agbada is the best trads that men can wear. I think it's so cold.
I felt wavy.
I think Agbada is cold.
You know when you're doing small dance and you bring it over your shoulder, and I'm just like, this is me.
Yeah.
Other than that, like
still.
even my rivers outfit that I thought was cold as well. I really liked that one. The blue thing, I thought proper good.
You didn't wear the lion thing though. How come?
Because obviously it's my dad's culture, so I have to do the rivers one. Ibo is still, you know what I mean. So
that's true. Still.
like, so obviously, Trad came. Obviously, Ibo Trad. I don't know. I haven't really seen many Ibo Trads in it.
And that's the thing with my culture, because my wife is Edo and I'm Igbo. The tribes are not too far apart in similarities. Like, they do things different, but in terms of like the traditional weddings and stuff, it's quite similar. So when we're planning our tribe and the customs of the things to do on the day, it's quite similar. Obviously, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not a traditional guy. I'm a British boy. Correct me if I'm wrong, but some of the things that her parents are saying that we need to do and stuff were not that different to the Igbo side of things. So yes, it was quite similar. So I haven't really had any major things, but we'll get to me anyway.
But like, even so, like, obviously you were one of the man that came with me on the trad, innit? Obviously doing all the stuff like the ballet in front of the family, like all of this. I think the biggest clash came from just in terms of numbers. Like, my mum said she wanted to do a small trad, not do too much because of like money wise, etc. Like, let's make sure we pattern things for after, not just the wedding. And that's where the clash came, because as obviously Yoruba people, or Abby's mum, in fact, they like, if you think about it like this, Yoruba people, they've got a lot of family. Like, Abby has a lot of family
in the UK. I think.
like they have a lot of family, so they want to invite Tom, Dick, Harry, all of these people.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But I think that's obviously where the clash came from, because it's like, we don't want to invite this many people, but you're taking the piss, taking, like, you know, bare invites.
Yeah, and I think there's a difference between personality traits in the both cultures as well.
Yeah.
What I've noticed, from the Igbo people that I'm around, not to say that I know every Igbo person, because I don't, but what I've noticed is that Igbos, we are a bit more reserved.
No, but we are flashy though as well.
We're flashy, but we're just a bit more like
I heard that. I can agree with that.
We don't really do the one bear and shit. We don't really do that.
Yeah,
the way the Yoruba culture does that.
Yeah,
and
I think that's something that I've had to get used to in terms of how much family she has, like, and how they are, because they're very not flamboyant, but like very loud. Like, they can argue and be. I think one thing that even still irks me to this day is just that, because I'm not Yoruba, if I'm at a family gathering and they all speak in Yoruba, I'm just there looking like, what's the point? Like, you know what I mean?
Are they speaking to you though?
No.
But I think that's.
But then I feel like it's not rude, but I feel like if there's a couple of you speaking, you can speak in your language, but if someone's there that don't understand,
you know,
it's not like, you know what I mean.
I hear you, but it's like when I'm at my wife's family's house, and like, let's say her dad's friends are there and all that stuff, and we're all chilling, they all speak Edo. And so I'm just chilling. Like, when someone speaks to me in English, I respond. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really.
But then sometimes they do try to speak to me in Yoruba, and I'm just there like.
Okay, like my mum's at fault with that story.
Yeah.
My mum, she speaks also in Igbo.
Yeah.
Like, mum, she does not understand.
And I'm just there looking like, and I think if it's 1-to-1, fine. Abby's mum will try and sometimes say stuff in Yoruba. I'm like, English, please.
Yeah.
And then she'll keep saying in Yoruba. I'm just like, okay, I'll get what she's trying to say in it, which is fine. But I think when it's in a room of a couple people and they're trying to speak to you in Yoruba and you're not understanding, but they're laughing, I'm like, like, it's a bit, you know what I mean? But I think, I just think the culture, like, because we're both Nigerian, it's not that bad, because, you know what I mean, we're Nigerian, we kind of understand each other's culture as well. Obviously, there's the nooks and crannies of culture in terms of, you know, how they greet, how they move, etc. And I think it's just something that you get used to. But I think as well, the main difference is, and why there's sometimes maybe clashes, it's just personal preference, not culture. Like, your culture is, okay, you got a big family, you want to party, all of this, but my mum's preference, so like that, personality-wise, she's not really out there person, so she'd rather be more cool. So when they argue about stuff, so like one thing they argued about was the dedication, did it?
Are they arguing about the dedication?
Yeah.
Hey,
about
do you want to tell
what
us?
it should be. No, it's
Do you
not.
want to tell
It's
us
not
what
that deep.
happened?
What was it? My mum wanted to do the naming and dedication in the house, sort of small thing. And B's mum was like, no, I need to invite my friends, my family and friends. Okay, we said families, okay. But when she said family and friends, that's where the clash came in. Because she was like, why do you need to invite your friends?
Be in a church, though.
No, sorry, naming,
Okay.
not dedication. Sorry,
Yeah.
naming. And yeah, she was like, no, Dad's my first grandson. In my culture, we it's all our friends, family and friends. They come to see the naming, and I was like, gosh, I was just like, we can do the naming and dedication. We can do the naming in the house, the dedication will be in church for everyone to come. It doesn't need to be a big show.
Do you feel like you could have put your foot down on that one, though?
Oh no, I ended up putting my foot down. I think I got to the point where I was just like, not gonna lie. I said to them from Monday we're arguing about it. I'm going back and forth. I was just like, to be honest, I said this is the last time I'm letting you guys take lead on something. It's never happening ever again because I can't be bothered with you man's nonsense. And yeah, that's all. And then since then, there's nothing that's come up. The next thing will probably be his first birthday. I'm gonna tell you guys what to do and that's it.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna let you plan anything because it comes to the point where it's just like you man are just arguing over little stuff that's like not that deep. So obviously for the dedication, it wasn't really even a name. It was just dedication, really. Innit? Obviously they said his name and that, which is fine. But I was just like, just do it in church.
It's not the way they would have done it.
Yeah, it's not the way they would have done it. And I was like, well, I don't care. You man hold that, innit? My child. So.
And that's the thing. That's the important thing. And I don't know, but I think with cultural differences, should you do the culture of where your partner is from, or is it your culture because you're the man of the house?
Because you're the man, it's your culture.
And the son takes your name.
Yeah,
like
the
son has taken
your
name. Yeah. So, for example, with the naming ceremony, the Edo culture does it similar to the Yoruba culture. With they'll invite their friends, everybody will name the names, they will eat, they will chill, all of that stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's their culture, it's beautiful. But Igbos, we don't do that. So when it came to, because obviously her dad was like, oh yeah, we need to do the naming. Yeah. So her dad called my dad, was like, yeah, like we need to start planning this naming. Yeah. Then my dad was like, what naming? Like, we don't do naming.
That's what my mom said. Was like, because they said it's 7 days.
Yeah,
And my mom was like, we're not 7 days, so we're not doing naming. I said, once I heard that, I was like,
here we go. Here we go. But yeah, so my dad was just like, oh no, we don't do naming. And then her dad was like, oh, because I was there. Like, I was there when Dawson's dad called my dad. Yeah. I was in the room. Because I was like, we don't do naming. Yeah. He was like, no, I'm gonna call your dad.
I like Dawson's dad, right?
He offered me what I was saying. Yeah. He went to my dad, and my dad was like, no, we don't do naming. And Dawson was like, okay, cool. If this is like, at the end of the day, Zephaniah is from the dad. Because I'm Igbo, you take where your dad is from. It's like land. When your dad dies, you take over the dad's land. I'm saying. So he was like, okay. The dad has said, you don't do naming, it's not in their culture. So it's not in their culture. Because Zephaniah is my child, isn't it? Yeah. For example, with weddings, it's different because it's like you are going to her village or her culture to take her. So you have to marry her the way her family do things or her culture do things. So even with my family and Noah's family, when we're planning our traditional, the same thing with the clothes. Yeah. Her mum and her dad was like, yeah, we need to, you're going to have to wear this and we're going to have to do that and do that. Fine. Then my dad was like, you can't wear that. You can't wear that. You're the bomb man. You can't wear that. You're the bomb man. You can't wear skirts. What skirts? All of that stuff. Because I think the Edos, they wear like a skirt or something. Yeah. And I was like, Dad, like, that's the way they do things. Like, I'm obviously going to have my Igbo trip after. But
bro, you're going to them. Yeah, the thing is with parents, it's like it's pride. I don't know if it's pride.
It is pride.
It's pride. It has to be pride. It has to be pride because, bro, it's not that deep for me to just wear clothes.
I couldn't care.
Like to me, I said to my mum, it's clothes. I said, and I want to wear it. I want to look like. And
mommy, I want to wear it, man.
Bro. And it's like. So it got to the point I was just like, I don't care anymore. I'm gonna wear that, and it is what it is, and I'm gonna wear my dad's tried. That's it, man. Like, just get this stuff out of here, man. Like, it was there. back and forth and that it was jarring, man. But that's the thing with two cultures. You know, if we both married women from our own place, we wouldn't be having this type of conversation. But we chose to go outside.
Yeah, but
so
that's what we chose.
We chose to go outside, so we have to deal with it.
I think there's beauty in marrying someone from your own culture.
Yeah,
there's beauty in that. But I also think there's beauty in not just sticking into your culture. At the end of the day, we're all African, we're all black. We should be able to marry Ghanaian, Zimbabwean, a South African, a Ugandan. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we obviously marry Nigerian women, so it doesn't feel as far from home. But I think there's beauty in mixing. Like, fam, it's not by force. It's not like back in the days where we have to just marry someone from your own tribe. Like, so.
Because even the funny thing about that is, like, with marrying someone from a different tribe, bro, like, I'm learning about your culture, you're learning about mine. And you know what's funny though? Now I hear why my dad, he said to my mum that she shouldn't teach me how to speak Igbo. Because
that's bad.
Like, years ago, bro. Yeah, and he was like, because my mum was saying it's because he was saying that that he doesn't want to be getting cussed in the future when I'm older, innit? If he's there. And I hear it though, because I feel the same. Because if Malachi knows Europe and I don't, I'm just looking at him like.
Don't you feel like you should kind of make the effort
to learn,
pick up some stuff?
The thing is, I can understand Yoruba if you mix it in with English a little bit. I can get what you're saying. I can get what you're gauge what you're saying. Obviously, you're speaking fully Yoruba. I'm not gonna hear it, but I can gauge what someone's saying in terms of the context. So that's fine. But obviously, I'm not gonna stop my child from learning different languages because I want him to be intellectual.
No,
of course.
Nurse's family, they speak Beninta. I think Benin is a language. Yeah, they speak Beninta.
Yeah, my mom said she would speak Igbo to
I don't mind.
I was like, do it if you want.
You would learn to understand English, Benin, and Igbo.
So so it's fine. It's not that deep, innit?
You have advantage. Yeah, so I don't mind that.
So yeah, man. But obviously, you know, bro, different cultures, bro. It's an interesting subject. Like,
how have you dealt with like your in-laws in marriage? Like, how has that been?
In-laws in marriage.
Yeah.
I gotta think about that, you know. I'm trying to think. In-laws in marriage it's very, obviously before marriage is calm. I think it's a lot easier.
It's not serious.
Because it's not serious,
like,
innit? Like, you're just like, you know, it's light, bro. But when you get into marriage, it's like, I don't know, obviously, like, her siblings are her siblings. Like, the relationship will stay the same, innit?
Yeah.
In terms of parents, though, it's calm, innit? It's not that deep. I don't think it's that deep. I get along with both of them fine. I think it's just that when there's conflict, that's a bit jarring.
Conflict between just the parents?
Yeah, conflict between parents, there's never been conflict between me and her mum, except for like small bickers or something like that. Or if I say so, because I'm very straight talking. And how I am, I'll just say it how it is, innit?
Yeah.
And I think even like sometimes I've just said something and she's like, "That don't say that, that's rude." And then I look, I'm like, I can't lie, that's not rude though. But it is what it is, isn't it? But and then as well, like, because the thing is, if you say me and her mum have a little bit of conflict, it'll then be Abby that will be looking at me and now arguing with me, or when there's
why are you having conflict with my mum though?
No, but it's not conflict. It's like small bickers. Look, like it's not that deep. Like it's like when my mum tells Abby to do something, she ain't done it. It's my mum asked Abby to take measurements for Mally. It's been like 3-4 days. And my mum said she needed it ASAP. My mum called me to say, why hasn't she taken the measurements yet? And I then go to her, why haven't you taken the measurements yet? Then she went, but he's been fussy, he's been doing this and that. I'll do it when I have time, and I'll do it. Then I'll go back to my mum and say that. Now, from now on, because then I feel like when there's something that goes wrong, but when there's like a little hiccup or something between your mum and Nosa or my mum and Abs, we then get involved. But then that leads.
I stay out.
No, exactly, and that even leads to us as husband and wife having small bickers about it because
I stay out of it.
Because that's what I kind of starting to notice, and now I don't even bother. I don't even bother getting involved. I said to myself, if you man have agreed something between yourself,
That's on you.
Go to the person. From now on,
Yeah.
I'm not involved. I'm not getting involved.
Like, I tell my mum, I'm like, if you have something to say, like, just call her.
Bro, that's
Like,
I always say that.
Because there was a time where around this birthday time, my mum felt like me and us had both done something.
Mhm.
Yeah. And when I would come, I'll tell my mum, I was like, Mum, like, why are you
Yeah.
moving like weird? She was like, this, and that, what we both done. And I was like, bro, call her. Like,
Yeah.
call her, bro. Like,
Yeah.
she's your daughter too, fam. And she's like, no, I don't want to fall out with my daughter-in-law. I was like, bro, like, she's gonna take you as her mum.
Yeah.
Like, if her mum gets something else out, they're gonna talk it, hash it out, and it'll be
Bro,
calm. So
I
do
say
the
the
same, bro.
same
Why are you
thing all
calling
the
me?
time,
Like,
bro?
why are you calling me,
And
bro?
I hate it because like even when me and Abby's mum had a small bicker about something, bro, she came upstairs, we talked about it and it was squashed. Like, and that's the thing. Like, I'm your son. You're my what's it called? You're my mum. It should be a thing where I can talk to you, just us, and we can squash it. And Abby doesn't need to know. Nosa doesn't need to know. They don't need to know.
Yeah.
So it should be like
but I feel
that
like,
for them though.
I feel like, and one thing I always say, because even in terms of like my relationship with her parents, which we have a very good relationship, is not a distant one. Like, I see them majority of the time. Like, it's a good relationship. I feel like I can do more in terms of like nurturing that relationship, which I need to do more in relationships in general. I feel like I've slacked. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like I could do more. But one thing I always say in terms of the relationship improving, we're only 1 year. We've only been married a year.
Yeah.
Like,
everyone's still getting to know each other.
We're still getting to know each other. Like, bro,
parents
like,
are getting to know each other.
In 5 years, in 10 years, or more, like, bro, we'll be best. You get me? Like, it'll be so calm. Everyone will be comfortable with each other. But I think in this early stage of marriage, it's
everyone's
quite new.
still
I'm
understanding.
their first son-in-law. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's new to them. But in terms of your in-laws and like navigating, dealing with in-laws and dealing with like mother and father-in-laws, is there anything that you can give to people that are like getting married, like how to just navigate that relationship?
So for me, I think in terms of navigating that relationship, I think it's your main job to become best friends with, not best friends, but like me and Abby's mum, especially because her dad was like Nigeria here. But me and Abby's mum, before I proposed anyway, me and her, like when I say me and her, I was solid, like solid. Like I know I'm her son. You know what I mean? I don't have to question whether she likes me or not.
Yeah.
Like, I know we're solid. And that came from me whenever I was going to their house in Stratford, I'd sit with her, I'd chill with her, I talk with her. The same way I'm with her siblings, I play with them, I sit with them. Yeah. Like I'll play for her sisters, you know what I mean? And it got to that point where I see them as my sisters. They see me as their brother, and I think that's how you get really, really close with them. And I think that's probably the only advice I can give you, or the best advice I can ever give you. Just make sure that you're authentic as well. Like authentic, be yourself, bro. Don't put on the facade, because everyone's gonna see through the facade. You know what I mean? But if you're yourself, like me, I'm a very loud person. I'm very like playful, and I brought that to their house, and they took me in because they could tell that that's me. You know what I mean? So ever since then, that's just how we are. Like, of course, you might have your 1, 2 who you get on with a lot more, which is fine. But I think that's the only thing that I can give you. Like, just become best friends with like their family, and just know that like that's your family. You know what I mean? And treat them like family. What about you?
I think the same. Also, I think this is in marriage now. I think try and involve them less in your marriage.
Oh, that's even one thing I forgot to talk about.
As hard as that sounds,
bro,
try and involve them less in your marriage.
Bro, don't even involve them at all, bro.
I think no, because when me and Elsa first got married, we had a conversation. And listeners, if you're in the comments or whatever, please give me your opinion. At the beginning of our marriage, we thought that conflict between us we can go to our mums or our
No
dads.
way.
Let me land.
No way.
We can go to our mum and dad, and because obviously they've been married. Her parents, my parents have been married for how many years? 20, 30, whatever years. So it's like, if I've got a problem or we've got a problem that we want to discuss with her parents, we should be able to go and sit down and get advice.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the common consensus between us at the beginning was.
Think it should be.
That's what we thought it should be.
Yeah.
Not to say that they've shown otherwise, like they've proved us wrong, but I think as we've grown into our marriage, and not to say that we're experts because we're not, but I think I've kind of realised, no, like, it's not everything we go to our parents for. Like, it's not everything we have to tell them. For example, if me and Nosa has had a disagreement or a bicker, I'm not going to go and now talk to my mum or my dad and be like, this is what just happened, because I don't need to. Like, I don't want to paint my wife or my family in a picture that's negative to my parents.
Yeah.
And vice versa. It's not everything that happens between us that you go and tell your parents. Do you know what I'm saying? Good or bad?
No,
like,
I hear it.
It's like, because at the end of the day, we're our own family. Like, you've now left your mum and dad's house. Like, you're my wife. We're a family. It's not everything that we must bring your mum and dad into, or it's not everything we must bring my mum and dad into. You know what I'm saying? Because that will then start to paint their what's the word I'm looking for? It will then start to paint their opinion of me in a different way. So let's say me and Elsa are always arguing, or let's, for example, God forbid, she's like, mum and dad, me and Ken are doing this, me and Ken are arguing. It's like, every day Ken, yeah, and Ken, do you know what I'm saying?
It's funny.
Even though you're going for advice, it's like, that's now beginning to paint me into someone that and they might not always forgive me the way you forgive me. Yeah.
And that's what I was even going to say. Like, why I don't go to in-laws as well anyway, it's like, or why don't I go to my parents or my in-laws? If I'm being honest, like, look, we have an argument, you forgiven me, they haven't forgiven me, they're looking at me a type of way. Honestly, I'd rather go to you and Nosa about something and all of us sit down and discuss. Why? Because we're at the same stage. 2, I know we're not going to be judged for it because there's no bias as well. Obviously, I know sometimes we team up on them, they team up on us. It's like normal.
But we still hold each other accountable. But we still,
you know what I mean? We hold each other accountable, of course. But with that, like, I just think, bro, nah, man. I just rather us stay separate. Because the thing is as well, our parents, they'll say, oh, bro, and what I found funny with my mum and her mum, every time they're doing prayer, don't let us get involved in your marriage. Don't let anybody get involved. Don't have no third parties. Only you, your wife, and God, this and that. But then you're arguing and you're bringing us into your arguments to take sides. It's small. It's slightly delusional, bro. Because you're telling us don't involve you, but then you're making us argue from being involved in you guys' arguments. So when we were arguing, when they were arguing about in terms of how big Chad is going to be, what we have to do for Chad, it's me and my mum. Abby, and the thing is, what it's like. It's not I'm trying to pick sides, but I'm backing my mum. Abby's backing her mum. And when they argue, it's like, oh, but my mum said this. Oh, but my mum said this. My mum didn't even do that. My mum did this. You know what I mean? So I just think from now on, I would rather don't get them involved. Like, no, and even then, we've been together 8 years or so. They've only really been knowing each other, as in seeing each other, getting closer now, etc. for like the past year or 2. Yeah, they're new. It's new, bro. So you're gonna have your hindrances, but it's not even like they argue like that. It's mainly over things to do with us or like Mali, and that's events. On a day-to-day thing, they're good. They're really good. They're cool. You know what I mean? Yeah. And they're getting to know each other better, which is fine. Yeah. But yeah, I just think from now on, it's keep them separate. Just keep them separate, bro. Because I don't want them to have my like. Abby will be complaining about me constantly. Like, they'll say, and the thing is as well, like, you know how you know the in and outs of your parents' marriage. And even then, I've known the in and outs of her parents' marriage. You probably know Nosa's, I know. Yeah. And I'm like, from what I've heard that what you guys have gone through, that's not the advice I'm trying to look for, innit? You know what I mean? So that's the thing for me, innit?
Another thing I feel like me and my wife done very well is that we created a healthy boundary between both our families. And there was a period where we were kind of letting our parents dictate quite a lot of stuff. Yeah. And I think that was because obviously me
It's
and
because you're
Elsa,
new.
we're new to marriage,
and-
we're new to being parents. We kind of leaned on our parents for advice, but sometimes it felt like that advice was being a bit too controlling. Like it was advice, but I'm telling you this in a weird way. So it was like they were giving advice, but they're also telling us what to do. And you know, so it was like we need to create healthy boundaries with our parents, like, and that just comes from being like consistent with what we say. Like no is no, not no today and yes tomorrow. So there's a thing. Obviously, I'm not gonna draw anyone out.
Yeah.
But one of the parents used to always carry Zeph in the car. Yeah. So
while someone's driving.
While someone's driving.
Yeah.
And me and Elsa didn't like that because we were like, I don't know if you guys do.
No.
But
car seat only.
Car seat. And me and Elsa didn't like that. We were like, car seat, please, car seat. Yeah. And eventually it was like, okay, Ken and Elsa are not playing. Car seat. You know what I'm saying? And if we were saying yes one day, no the other day, they're not going to take us seriously. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So creating healthy boundaries and letting our parents know that, guys, like, we love you, we respect you, but no, like, you have to be concise, you have to be clear, you have to be consistent. Yeah. Because if you're not, you know what Nigerian parents are like, they're going to take you for a dickhead, like, you know what I'm saying? And even when Zeph was first born, the kissing thing, me and Nosa didn't want anyone to kiss Zeph before he's had his injections. Why are you kissing Zeph, bro? Like, so we told our parents, and they were moving a bit like, as my grandchild, I can't kiss my grandchild. But we was like, no, bro, like, this is our child. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to be clear with in-laws and with your parents that, no, this is my child, this is my family. Like, whatever I say goes, kind of thing. Yes, I'll listen to your advice, but that's the only thing you can give me. I choose whether to take it or not. With exactly what I said last week with the whole dedication and how my mum wanted the dedication in her church, but I was like, Mum, no, like, this is my child. Like, I'm doing the dedication in my church how I want to do it. So yeah, I definitely think dealing with in-laws, you have to be clear, consistent, and precise in what you're saying, man. You need to show them that you mean business, otherwise they'll kind of take advantage. Yeah, and I think that, and the most important point is basically you and your partner have to come on a united front. Because once you come on a united front and they see that you're a united front, they're not going to do much. That's key. Like, one of my things was when Malachi was born, he sleep on his stomach, innit? So Abby's mum would put him on his stomach and say, and Abby's mum is a child. She has a nursery. She's really good with kids, which I already understand. But I don't want my child to be put on his stomach because it's not safe sleep. So my thing was, don't put him on his stomach, and she kept putting him on his stomach, and I was like, I told your mum, we're both saying don't put him on his stomach. She don't put him on his stomach anymore. And first, that shows that she understands, she listens. My mum puts him on his stomach, but my mum will put him on his stomach, but she'll be awake, so he can go on his stomach while someone's there awake. But when they're both sleeping, no. So I told my mum, don't put him on his stomach if you're sleeping. So she'll make sure she stays awake while he's on his stomach with me. Okay, that's fine. So as long as you both come on a united front, then yeah, man, that's cool. Your wife's friends, how are you with her friends? Yeah, no, cool with her friends. Do you feel like you have to make an effort to get to know them? Nah. Well, I think mine's a bit different because I'm not. No. I don't mean like that. I mean as in like, because of how long we've been together, I've known her friends through her anyway, and I've seen them all grow up. And there's also, so like, obviously her best friend Vanessa, who was a maid of honor, obviously. Is it maid of honor? Yeah, maid of honor. I've known her family. So we obviously we're cool. Well, it's not like we're close, but I can shout her. Like, and obviously her daughter as well. I could, like, we're cool, innit? You know what I mean? So it's not that I don't have to make effort. It's just the fact that because I've known her for so long, the relationship's already really there. So I don't feel like I need to put in extra effort when it's it's already. Yeah, my wife, she showed me a TikTok that her and her friends were discussing, and the lady on TikTok was basically saying that her and her husband are having like an intimate wedding, and obviously she invited her friends, but she doesn't want to invite her friends' partners because one, she may not know them, or there's no space, etc. So what's your opinions on that? Like, if he was hosting something, if he was, obviously you've had your wedding, so you guys have probably discussed it. Yeah, what's your opinion on if someone invites Abby So
that
like a
doesn't
wedding or a
invite me.
birthday, and they don't invite you. How would you feel about that?
That's interesting. I think it depends on the friend. It depends on the friend. Obviously, someone like Vanessa.
But that's different though, because you have a relationship with her.
Okay, yeah. So with that one,
Yeah,
I must be there.
yeah,
I must be there.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think if I don't have a relationship with them, then I wouldn't expect to be invited. It's fine. Like,
but even if they know that
where
you guys are married now, I'm sorry, yeah, but I'm quite big on if you invite me somewhere.
Yeah,
you know I'm married.
No.
I'm gonna bring my wife.
No, and I respect that. I hear that. I think once you have, and I hear that still. Trust me, I hear that. But I think once you actually have a wedding and you see the logistics of a wedding and people and the cost
and the numbers,
and the numbers, I'm more like now these days. I'm like, okay, it's not by force because I understand everything that's going into it. So if you don't invite me to a wedding or etc., I can understand. Trust me.
So do you think it's just relationship based?
Yeah, I think it's relationship based. I don't think it's a thing where just because I'm her husband, you know what I mean? Because I can go to weddings with my abs and it's not that deep. Like it's not even like my wedding. Some of my boys that came with their partners, I'm not cool with their partners like that, but you're my boy. Like you're my, and I think it depends on who you are to me.
Yeah.
Because if it's my close boy, then of course you bring your partner.
That's a big one, and that's something that I don't think that person on the TikTok was explaining. Like, if it's a close friend of yours, you would want your close friend to bring that other half. But I don't think it's by force, because obviously when she was discussing it with me, she said some of her friends had different views. Some of them said, no, I don't have to. Some of them said, yeah, maybe you do. So I think it just depends on the person at the end of the day. But that also leads on to me thinking, should I then make an effort with my wife's friends, or is it not that deep?
Nah, you should make an effort. Because I feel like when you make an effort with their friends, it makes the relationship easier. You can't they come into the house, you're going to your room just to sit.
Yeah.
Like, I think with some of Ab's friends, when they've come to the house, but that's just because I'm probably playing PlayStation, so I go back upstairs. But I'll make sure I come down, sit, chill, talk a little bit, and then go.
I always do that.
You know what I mean?
I float. I just like, if her friends come over, obviously we sit down, we laugh, we talk, we catch up, and then I just go to the bedroom, chill for a bit, maybe come back.
Yeah, so it's
So
I would like them to be comfortable with us. You know what I mean? Because the thing is, you know what actually, and I think this is where we come sometimes get it wrong. Yeah. Because if it's us and the man them just chilling, Nursa would be sitting here.
That's the thing.
And Abs would be sitting
But that's because, obviously, I'm not getting onto my wife's friends or anything. But maybe we're just in our heads. Yeah. But I feel like we make our wife's friends, we make our wife welcome amongst the man. And the man make our wives welcome amongst us. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? So if Noah is chilling, it's not like you guys are just like waiting for her to leave. Yeah. It's like, you guys are probably talking to her more than you're talking to me. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But when it's my wife's friends, it's like
they just sit there.
But a few of her friends, bro, there's a few of her friends, even the ones that are coming over today, where we can chill. Like it's calm. But I think there's some friends where I may not know like that. Where it's like, okay, me chilling here is like, bro, let me just go. Yeah. Or sometimes it's like, I don't really, like, let my wife have time with her friends, innit? Like, let me just go to my room, innit? So I don't know. It's a weird one. Like, because I was like, bro, my wife has a lot of friends. Like, must I make an effort with all of them? But at the end of the day, she'd probably just want me to make an effort with the ones she wants me to. She cares about to a certain extent. Do you know what I'm saying? But I don't think it's by force. Like, I don't think you have to be friends with your wife's friends. I don't know.
I think it's good to be friends with your wife's friend. But as well, I think as well, like...
But is it necessary, though?
Not necessary, but it makes it easier. Same thing with in-laws. Like, you don't need to be the best friends, but making it easier helps your partner not be stressed about, you know what I mean? Because then if you're not friends with certain friends, you'll be like, can I invite them to the house? We can feel awkward. You know what I mean? You'd rather everyone be comfortable, you know what I mean? You don't want to be a thing where no friends visit your house, none of your in-laws barely visit your house, because they're not with your husband like that. I want it to feel... For me, I want everyone to feel like they're in a very close environment and everything's cool, you know what I mean? So, yeah, man. But yeah, I think that's the way. I'll go a quick... I'm out of the asshole, like a father one. Yeah, a small one.
Let me sit up.
I just saw a little bit.
Let me sit up.
I'm screaming. But I'll put I was trying to deep how I'm gonna condense this,
Go on, bro.
but I'll start off
Give it to me.
from another bit still.
Give it to me. Pause.
Wait,
Pause.
start from another bit.
No, I said give it to me.
Hey, nigga, Jesus!
Pause.
Hold up, nigga. You need to leave. But okay, cool. My father-in-law worked all his life in blue-collar jobs. Actually, you know what? Let me start with the title. Am I the asshole for telling my father-in-law that he's not the man of the house?
Hey.
Real, isn't it?
It depends whose house is it, though.
No, but okay, say we're in my house.
Oh, you're the man of the house.
Exactly.
Bro.
But yeah, we'll see. But my father-in-law worked all his life in blue-collar jobs, which is not bad, but he believes blue collars are the only acceptable jobs for men. And since none of us work blue collar, he's always making snide comments about how we are not real men. Mother-in-law.
Wait, what's blue collar?
Like construction
building,
that kind of stuff. Yeah. Mother-in-law and the sisters are always excusing him. For the most part, we let it go. Despite how father-in-law remarks how important it's for men to have manly jobs, the reality is he's always been kind of a moocher. He stopped working around 40. And my wife's maternal grandparents footed the bill for him and mother-in-law.
Wait, man said he stopped working at 40 and he wasn't talking to me. You're weak, nigga. You're weak, bro. You weak, bro. Man said he's working at... Bro, the retirement age is like 60-something. You said he's not working at 40. Bro. And you say you're more man than me. Yeah. Get out, John. Continue, bro. Sorry.
Then they left them some inheritance which they live off with our occasional help. No, so the grandparents. The grandparents. So the father-in-law...
So he's even living off his grandparents.
And
he's covered his...
When the pandemic started, my in-laws' finances weren't great. So they burned through their inheritance faster than usual and eventually lost their home, so the family helped. First they stayed with one of the sisters, then another sister, and since April, me and my wife, and it has been awful. This man will complain over your traditional sexist stuff if he sees me cooking, cleaning, or anything that isn't repairing my own car. Also, he hasn't helped at all, doesn't pick after himself, and expects to be served 24/7.
Uncle needs to leave, bro. You're a bum, bro.
Bro, it's so.
And you're coming to.
It's so bummy. But this bit is the wildest bit.
Yeah, go on.
He demands to be fed first by his wife as he's the man of the house.
What house? The house that I pay for,
bro. If it's in the house that. Okay, I'm trying to get it. So
in
the son,
the
son-in-law,
in his house.
In his house, he wants to be fed first by his wife.
He needs to go.
He's a madman.
Sorry,
he's a madman. He needs to go. Bro, wait. Okay, so quick one.
You finna be homeless, man.
No, bro. Quick one though. If you are, so say Nosa's dad's here. Yeah?
That's difficult, man.
No. If Nosa's dad's here and Nosa's cooking,
Hey,
who gets?
Hey, that's difficult.
Who gets fed first?
Because that's so difficult. Because pride is saying
you should bring my plate. No, I'm joking.
Because you're the dad, like you're her dad, you're their dad. Respect should say, give him food first. And I might just say, no, feed the guests first. It's fine. Like I can eat last. Because it's my house, like I don't have to be. I must eat first. Like I think that's a dem man's thought process, isn't it? But I can still be nice. Like just look at your in-laws. Like you got that right.
This is my house.
This is my.
I pay the bill. My
house. Like I don't know. I think you have to ask her. And knowing her, I don't know what she'll do. You know,
I'm screaming.
She might shock me and just say something first, bro. She might. What do you think your wife will do?
No, I always tell her just to feed your dad first. I'm good.
Yeah,
it's not that deep to me. I'm not first. Nah, I'm not.
It's not deep to me, but it'll be nice to just look at him.
I hate you. Alright, cool. Let me continue.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll skip that bit. Last Friday, we had a small barbecue with my in-laws. Everyone arrived early to help, except the father-in-law. And when he arrived, he only complained everything was done wrong and how we could do it better. But when given the chance, he always says it's not my job to teach us how to do a man's job. So the four of us,
bro, he's so because it's like, bro, like you know, with people like that, you can never win.
No, you can never. So the four of us were really annoyed, and like always, the girls defended him.
Of course.
When it came to time to
Of
eat,
course,
he
they'll
wait,
defend
no, deep.
Yeah.
When it came time to eat, he demanded the biggest steak as he is the head of the family.
And he didn't contribute to the. I'm sure he didn't pay for anything because he ain't got no money. He didn't pay. He didn't come to help cook.
Bro, you know
he didn't come to help set up, but he demanded. I can't lie. Is he Nigerian? He's Nigerian.
No, but you know what? It's funny because all the sisters that are defending him is all the husbands of the sisters that are now complaining.
No, but bro, they are entitled to complain.
Yeah. Okay, so.
But they need to stop like being a bit.
No, they need to pat your dad still. Sister One's husband was serving, and he told him that he would give the biggest piece to Sister Two's husband since we were the guests at his house. He flipped and demanded to be. So the father-in-law flipped and demanded to be respected as the man of the house. So I simply said, so Sister One said, "You are not the man of the house." This angered even more, and I added, "And you haven't been in a while."
So someone said.
So someone. Oh wait, Oh, so one of the So one of the sons
said you haven't. No facts. No cap.
You are not the man of the house, and you haven't been for a while.
No cap.
That's a bit mad, though.
No, but it's true, though.
It's true, but it's a bit mad, though, for one of the sons to say it.
Yeah, it's a bit. No, it is mad, but someone had to say it.
Yeah, no, someone said.
And he had the.
And it would only be the guy that would say that anyway. That cut things short, and after eating, father-in-law and mother-in-law left at a hotel, demanded to stay with someone else because of my disrespect. My wife and sister-in-laws are super angry with me and say I should just understand he's from another time and not to confront him. But my brothers-in-law say this was past due and he needs a wake-up call.
Facts.
At the time, I felt justified with everyone angry, and I feel like I may have overstepped. So Reddit, am I the asshole?
No.
Of course you're not the asshole,
champion, bro. Shouts out to you, man.
I hear it, bro.
Lie, but would you do that? Like, let's say your wife's dad came over to stay.
Yeah.
And he was just making demands.
Yeah.
Like, just say you guys are not tightening this properly. You're saying you're not doing this well. You're not the man. You're not a man. Imagine you come to my house and say to me, I'm not a man. When you're living off me. Bro. You're living in my house, my electricity, my water. You're eating my food. You're telling me I'm not a man.
Bro.
Just because I don't build.
Bro.
Nigga, get the hell out of here,
Someone
bro.
that was retired at 40 and leeching off the...
And he doesn't even have money now.
Boy. But for me, you know what's funny? Yeah, I don't know what I would do. It'd have to be Abs that sticks it on him to tell him.
But he's not listening to Abs. Someone like that, sorry to say, but someone like that won't take it from a woman. Because they're so in the older generation, they need to be patterned by a man, bro. Like, someone that they see.
No, I heard that.
You get me? They won't listen to the daughters.
I think it depends. It'd have to get really bad before I say something, though. Like, it have to be a thing where I'm like, nah, this guy's pissing me off too much.
Yeah,
like,
you'll bite your tongue for a bit.
I'll bite my tongue. Like, it has to get to a point where I'm like, okay, I can fight him. Yeah. Like, I can actually fight him, you know what I mean? And I think as well, I'd hope Ab's dad has, like, enough, like, sense to be like, okay, I feel like I'm overstepping the mark now. If he sees my face and he sees I'm not playing, you know what I mean? So yeah, I think that's it really.
But I can't lie, but we just thank God that we have not perfect, but we have lovely in-laws.
Like, shout out
obviously
them, man.
They have their flaws, like everyone, but we have, like, my father-in-law is like the dream father-in-law. Like, I can't
DJ Chop Live.
Yeah, come on, man.
Nah, bro, I can't lie. I really like no that still.
I can't ask for anything more.
Yeah,
like, and
nice.
he meets me where I'm at as well, in a weird way. Like, he knows how to get me. Like, you get me? I can't explain it. Like, he knows what I like. Yeah. For example, whenever we go over there, he'll bring out a Guinness for me. We'll sit down. We'll talk. That's the kind of stuff I'm into. You get me? Like, we're going now. Get me a drink, man. Let's talk. That's what we're like now. So I thank God for my in-laws, man. Like, God really knew what He was doing.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good, man. Now, shout out them, man. And obviously, you know, bro, that's just the main thing. Like, you gotta be like besties with them, bro, because all of us are doing life together, bro. You're growing up. You want your kids to see your family proper. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's the thing, man. But yeah, man. Shout out for our in-laws. Shout out anyone. But yeah. Anyone. But yeah, man. Another episode, man.
Another episode.
Don't Tell My Wife podcast. Thanks for coming on this ride with us, man. Like, share, comment, subscribe, man.
All of them
All
things.
of that stuff, man. Leave comments on the posts. Leave comments
man.
on TikTok, especially, man. Put us out there, man.
Come
We're just trying to bring the content. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And honestly speaking, we're looking for obviously this ain't just a man's podcast where we bring on male guests. But obviously, because they're like us, you can see how the relationship forms to get to them on the pod. But we want to open it up and have more women as well come on as well. So if you have any women,
Women,
I don't do that. You're trying to get us covered. But if you have any women that you feel would be really, really good on this pod, send it to them and send us the name and let's reach out to them. Let's work, man. Let's get how marriage is. How it doesn't even just have to be that they're a wife and a mother. It could be either one. You know what I mean? But I want to get their perspectives and stuff, and let's all share the knowledge. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Another episode. Don't Tell My Wife podcast.
Yeah.
In a bit.
Yeah.